What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I am Alex here on this beautiful Saturday. It's actually quite a cloudy Saturday for me, but welcome in. We're going to be talking primarily about the Johnny Depp trial. Obviously, Tuesday is the day, but of course, I'm not opposed to talking about anything else you guys want to ask me in the chat live here, or obviously I want to thank all of you guys watching live as well as those that watch the video after the fact. Quite a few people do that, and I really appreciate it. So here we are. Oh boy, 3 days away. I mean, less than 3 at this point, truly. Hopefully it's like 2.5 days that Amber Amber Alert. Hopefully it's just another 2.5 days. I am more worried that the longer it goes on Tuesday, the higher possibility. I think it is likely. I think that longer it goes Tuesday, the more of a possibility is that he's not gonna win. Or the one thing I will put my hat on, in terms of like if she gets like a leg up, is maybe they're just debating the money. I could see that actually taking quite a while, right? You could either say, okay, well, he clearly wins or she clearly wins, and then you say, okay, well, how much money does that person get? Now, I don't care how much money they get. They don't care. Well, I think Amber cares. Johnny doesn't care how much money he gets. And now, if I were the jury, I would just do, he wins, give him $1, or give him the $7 million back, and that's it. Call it quits. But they may actually feel like maybe he's entitled to more. Again, if they're super on his side, which we all hope that they are. So, again, welcome to the people that were here, by the way, beforehand, the people that were waiting for the live stream to start. Thank you all for being here. Hello, everyone. This is going to be the longest weekend. It's a scary weekend. I mean, obviously, I wanted it to be over yesterday. I really did. And, once they went back to deliberate, they had obviously, I think they deliberated for about 2 hours. Now, some people were saying, some people are kind of on the train that, just because they didn't reach the verdict in those 2 hours, that means, it's over for him. I don't think so at all, because I think there's some things you just have to do when you're the jury. Make what do they call it, a foreman, like a foreperson, or whoever's going to be, your leader, whoever's your spokesperson. They have to anoint that person, and then they have to talk a bit about it. So I don't think it's nuts that they didn't get there. It's also, because, by the way, we are not in that room, so we don't know what was said. It's highly possible. It's also possible not, but it's highly possible they said, hey, we have a good feeling that we're all in the same agreement that he's going to win. With that being said, let's take the weekend off. Let's go enjoy our lives, and then we'll come back Tuesday, nail it out, he'll win, and we're done. And then we can finally go home and never see these two celebrities ever again in our lives. And I don't blame them for thinking like that. I honestly feel like that's possible. We don't know. You don't know. They can say whatever they want, by the way. They can literally go back there and say whatever they want. They can talk about the evidence. They don't have to talk about the evidence. They can talk about personal. One of them could say, yeah, I had an in-law that was beaten. Now, maybe they were thrown out. They would have been thrown out of the jury for that, but maybe they hid it, or maybe it's some distant thing, or they say, I saw on television once something like this happen, and you can just bring in whatever random stories you want to bring in that have nothing to do with the evidence that they saw, and they could just be talking about that. So you really don't know what they're saying, and again, you don't know how they leave it off. They could have left it off saying, man, we're divided. It's 4v3 or 3v4. This is a huge issue. Half of us believe him, half of us believe her. What are we going to do? They could have left it like that, or they could have left it like, all right, well, it's 6v1, or it's all 7, and we just don't know how much to give one or the other of them, and we'll figure it out on Tuesday. Again, let's go home. We don't want to be here. Let's go home, and we'll figure it out Tuesday morning, and then we'll leave. And that's why I say, if it goes super late into Tuesday and then into Wednesday, I would start getting worried, because what's the holdup? What is the holdup if it goes on that long? That's odd to me. Who cares about that? It's a waste of time. What's a waste of time? If Johnny loses, we riot. Well, so I can't say anything because of the YouTube, YouTube gods that watch over the channels and punish them cruelly for their non-crimes. I will flip out. If he loses. Back at the beginning, I had said, and we've talked about this before, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how you'd be able to prove it. Obviously, the idea of defamation was like a tough one, right? And it still is. You still hear lawyers saying like defamation is hard to prove or to show in court. But as the trial has gone on, it's like if she wins, then that means they believed her. And it's like, how do you get there? How do you get there believing her over him? I don't know. I really don't know. Thank you for the live stream. Well, thank you for being here. What is your verdict prediction? Well, I think he'll win. I think he'll win. I think if I had to guess the money, I'd guess either he'll get $1, which is the default, right? It's like we don't want to award any special amount. You get $1, which means you win. So you get $1, or I think he'll get the $7 million from the divorce, if they remember that number, which they could. They also could not. They may remember. No, I think they should remember $7 million because 3.5 to the 2 charities that Amber didn't donate to. So you would feel like they would remember the number $7 million, and maybe they're just like, hey, you screwed over kids, sick kids. So we're gonna take that money from you. We'll give it to him, and who knows? Maybe he'll donate it to him. Who knows? You know what I mean? So I think $7 million makes sense. Do you think DC makes Aquaman 3? Do you think they recast Amber? I think they will make an Aquaman 3. It'll be the last Aquaman, I think. And yeah, I think she's gone. I think they'll remove her from Aquaman 2, personally. Or at least I want her to. I've watched all the videos you did covering this. My God, well, thank you. Thank you. It's been it's been an incredible, long, painful, it's something I've never done before, this last 6 weeks. I mean, I was going into it, and I literally did this in the beginning. I was going to do a weekly recap, and I really wasn't going to watch too much of the trial. Like, I wanted to pop in and out, and then I made the recap video. I would mention it on Twitter and stuff, and everybody that would ever respond said, do a daily thing. And I was like, okay, well, I can't do a daily recap if I don't watch it. So I have to, watch all of it. So I was like, I have to watch all of it. And so from day 5, the following Monday, I watched every single second of every single day. And even the first week, I went back and caught up. And I already watched parts of it, but I watched the rest of it. So it's nuts. It's nuts what's happened. And I hope he wins, guys. I really hope he wins. I watched last night. I watched Pirates 1 through 3. I was tweeting it. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, podcast now 15. The link's in the description. But I watched Pirates 1 through 3. I'm going to watch 4 and 5 tonight. Not the 2 best Pirates movies, but 4 is a really good Jack Sparrow film in terms of his character. So, I just have so much respect for the guy. I've always loved Jack. I've always loved Pirates, but I have a renewed sense of wow, the character of Jack Sparrow is something. It's incredible. Please hit the like button. Yes, thank you. Hit the like button if you like this. Yeah, you can ask. Like I said, I'm gonna try to keep this mainly on Johnny Depp, but if you have a quick question about something else, I can answer anything you want. But I'll primarily keep it on Johnny. Hi, Brandon Davis. Do you think the jury will say Amber Turd committed perjury? No, I don't. They may think it. I think they'll think it. Any rational person, I think, would think it at this point. I don't know, guys. At this point, so we know the jurors that were sent home, right? That was the big thing yesterday. If you saw the law tube, right, which is the legal people on YouTube, if you've seen their chart, it's numbers 2 and 8 that are gone. 8 and 2. Both have been primarily people think were Johnny supporters, which does hurt. 8 people really liked. Certain people really liked 8 in terms of the mannerisms, how she was portraying herself. But I think there's only one person in the other group, in the group of 7 that were chosen. I think the one is still maybe a question mark, but some people think she's come over to the light. So I don't know. And I think people have said for sure 4 of them are locks that they're on Johnny's side. So you have 4 of 7, most likely. And then at worst, it's 4v3, which is not ideal because you would now need to convince 3 people. And it could be not that. It could be 5v2, 6v1, right? You don't know for sure. But at worst, I think it's 4v3. And that's not that bad. Hope at least Jack Sparrow wins. He better. If they had been able to play the audio of her admitting to cutting off his finger, yeah, it would have been over. I mean, and that's this again. Like the law is the law, and you can't show it because of the third party stuff. Because of Kipper, slightly disappointed in Kipper too, right? Because it's like we all heard that audio. We know, I think, what Kipper thought of them, or specifically Amber. And then, you get it because Kipper, he's making millions of dollars a year on all of these different clients. He's going to protect them. He's going to stay silent. He's not going to, out himself. It is disappointing that he doesn't, step up and say, yeah, I can just say your recollection of the thing. And instead, he was very, very secretive about it, which is, it's stupid. And it stops because you can't play it. That audio in Australia is all you need. She admits to doing it. So it's literally over. She admitted to doing it. If the jury hears that, I don't know how you walk that back. I don't know how what does Amber say? She's guilty for starting the fight, like a verbal thing. Like she'd have to kind of cop out, right, and go to something like that. So I don't know. Just left a like for you. Thank you. Everybody leave a like for me. I thought the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan overall was meh. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. They weren't amazing. They also weren't horrible, but they weren't anything special in my opinion. Any more news on Silent Hill? No. Well, the rumor of what didn't I just make a video on? It'll probably be announced at the Sony event in September, I think is a short answer to that question. Hello, Slytherin Forever. I heard for the Ahsoka series just now that Hera and Chopper, yep, I saw that. They could have cut everyone's voices but Amber's. I know, that's another thing. Why couldn't you have just played a 5-10 second clip where she's just talking out loud? You could. After hopefully winning, JD finds peace and restarts his career. Yeah, I mean, that's... Again, after watching Pirates 1 through 3, I mean, I want him back. We've said it before in other live streams. I don't hide the fact that I've always said, even growing up, he's my favorite actor. So, at least in this probably of all time. But, he's so good. And I want to see him in more stuff. I would support him in more stuff. And the fact that this has kept him from it, Amber, not him suing. Amber has kept him from Hollywood. It'll be good to see him hopefully return in some way. Of course, I have the pipe dream of Pirate 6, and you'll never take that dream from me because it is a dream. And but he could do other stuff, and I would support the other stuff too. I would just want to see him back. I haven't watched, and I should. I haven't watched Minamata. Nobody's ever said anything about it. I saw reviews. There's like a handful of reviews online of it, but if any of you guys have seen it, let me know what you thought. I do want to watch it though. Just to see, because that's the last thing he did. That's the last thing he recorded. So Elaine's closing. Oh my God, yeah. So Elaine is. I'm no lawyer. I'm no legal expert, but from what people have said, like Elaine is exactly how you don't do anything that she did. Right, everything that Elaine did, just do the exact opposite, because she may have single-handedly. If Amber loses, Amber is her own worst enemy. But Elaine is like enemy number 2. Like Elaine almost single-handedly blew it. Amber did single-handedly blow it because of literally what Camille said, her desire to not stop, her desire to to be believed, and to blow up the stories just every time, just blow it up a little bit more, and she just gets caught, in these lies. So yeah. Let's see. I'm texting my wife real fast. Hold on. The only thing she said that I believed occurred is that she gets death threats. Yeah, I believe. That's the thing. You some of the stuff you can pick and choose. Like I do believe that she. I don't believe the baby thing. That's a complete joke. The stuff that she said about her kid. I think people want to rescue the kid from her. I don't think there's been any threats that I've seen ever. On the kid. There's not even threats I've seen on her, truly, but I don't go looking for them. I'm sure she gets them. I'm sure she gets some bad stuff. And, and are they deserved? Probably not. Ultimately, I've called her mean names. I want her canceled. I want her gone from Hollywood. I think she's a horrible person. Sending those, blank threats to her life, threats against her life, that I think is too far. But a lot of it is not maybe necessarily that, but a lot of it's caused by her. I mean, again, like if she doesn't do this, she is just generally unlikable, and nobody really has ever liked her. But she's more likable than what she's now if she just kept quiet. Didn't do any of that stuff. They didn't wreck your favorite Jedi yet. Yeah, not yet. Wait till episode 6. I like the actress who played Leia in Obi-Wan. She doesn't seem 10 to me. She seemed younger than 10, but I liked her spunk. I thought she was really good. There should be a spin-off with a different network and call it Jack Sparrow and a different side of the and show a different side of the character even. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Well, obviously, like, Pirates is Disney because of the Pirates ride and all that stuff, and Jerry Bruckheimer attached and all that, but if there's anything I'd love Disney to lose, it would be Pirates, to let it go to somebody else, anybody else at this point. Just get it away from them. Even, I mean, and again, like, they did give us the best ones. They created Pirates. He created Jack, but they created Pirates. They created the best Pirates movies, and then they also were around for the downfall of them and the mistreatment of him. So it's a mixed bag. Men too. Agreed. Great work. Thank you, Amy. Apparently the jury was pissed at Elaine because they were hungry. I heard that. Elaine was basically having to fend off not just rushing, not just being, bad, but also that the jury was like giving her looks and stuff because they wanted to get out of there. And again, like, those are kind of signals too. Like, did the jury ever do anything like that to Camille? I don't think so. So that's another thing to, think of. Well, thank you, by the way, Silent X Studios, for the super chat, and thank you, Nika Dimitro. Super appreciate it. Super appreciate it. Predictions on date and amount if Johnny wins. Yeah, so Tuesday. Tuesday's my prediction. And Tuesday's not my prediction for either of them winning, to be honest with you. So Tuesday, and then, you didn't even say time. I would say, like, early afternoon for time. And remember, by the way, let me just quickly say this. So if the verdict is and I don't really like this. I mean, I like it because I get to, like, set up, you know what I mean? And you can, like, see my reaction. I could maybe even go live and we can watch it together live. I haven't really decided yet if we'll watch it live together or if I'll live stream right after or make a video. But so if it gets if the jury decides at 11:22 their time, okay, they decided 11:22 their time, the verdict doesn't come until 1 because you give 60 minutes and then you round up to the hour. So if it's 11:22, you go 60 minutes. Now you're at 12:22, and then you have to round up to the top of the hour, so 1 o'clock. So if they make the decision at 9:30, we still won't even find out till 11. You know what I mean? Like, it's that late. Well, 9:30, they get there at 9. So see what I mean? Like, I don't even know. So I don't think that's possible. So like, they get there at 9, hammer it out. How long do you want to give them? What should we say? 3 hours? I feel like 3 hours is kind of enough. Maybe somewhere in the 12 o'clock time. Something like 12:10, 12:36, 12:51, like whatever. I feel like somewhere in that time, because that's enough time. And then 2 o'clock their time, which would be noon my time, is when we would, I'm not guaranteeing it, but that's just, I can't imagine it goes too late. I really can't. I gotta be honest. And then amounts, I think $1 or I think $7 million, which is quite a jump. It's quite a jump of money, but I think $1 or $7 million. It depends on their mindset is basically what I'm getting at. And thank you, Silent X Studios, again. You guys rock. Of course, as you know, you can support by liking the video, super chatting. We have Patreon. We have YouTube memberships if you want to throw a couple dollars a month. You get exclusive videos back at you. Several ways to support. You can follow me on Twitter. You can follow my second channel or subscribe to my second channel. The links for a lot of that are in the description. But I appreciate you guys so much doing anything. Watching, commenting, all that stuff is enough. You would have been a better lawyer than Elaine, even without a law degree. Yeah, I feel like I've learned a lot. And I feel like I've surpassed Elaine, to be honest. Because I know objections. I know the kinds of questions you can and can't ask. I feel like I would do an okay job over Elaine. I don't know. It would be hard to defend a liar. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to defend somebody who just can't keep their mouth shut and keeps changing their story, because at some point you have to say, Amber, stop. Like, we can't keep pivoting because you want to add new stories. It makes you look bad. But she doesn't like to hear those kind of things, remember? No, I don't think they'll kill off Cal. I think it'll be a trilogy with him, yeah. I think it'll be a trilogy. Came here a little late. Maybe I should watch the beginning, but overall, are you a bit worried about the verdict? No, I'm like I've said, just to catch you up, I'm worried if it goes like into Wednesday, but I'm not worried now, because like I said, so for those that have came late, right, and shame on you, I'm just kidding. No, so they got back there, and they were there about 2 hours. They were deliberating for 2 hours, and in those 2 hours, you have to appoint somebody to be your leader, which I doubt is like a 5-second process, and then you have to talk, and so I don't think it. How much did they talk? An hour and a half? I mean, is that how long they talked for? I don't think that was enough time. I think if they and that's the thing, and we will never know this. If they gave them dinner, and they stayed till 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, could they have done it? Probably. And I guess the way we'll know that is if they do it early on Tuesday. If they do it within the first 2 to 4 hours on Tuesday. That means if they just stayed late and crunched, on Friday, they would have done it. So that's something we will actually kind of find that out. I did notice, yeah, that Amber basically admits writing the op-ed. Yeah. Like I've said before, that narrative kind of got broken down as the trial went on. I know it was a strategy of theirs earlier on to say, like, it wasn't about Johnny, but then as the trial went on, it's almost as if all of them kind of just like admitted, or like gave in and said, yeah, okay, it was about him, but she didn't defame him. And so her admitting it, I've said this before, her admitting that she wrote the op-ed would have been a bigger deal like a week before the trial than it was the second to last day. Does that make sense? Because at that point, it was kind of like, duh, she did it. Not duh to like us. Duh, like, of course, Amber, we know you wrote it. Oh, thank you for admitting it. But we've already basically gotten that out of you, so it's not that big of a deal. Does that make sense? Elaine was delaying their lunch. Dying. She was also dying. Camille wasn't. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, has anybody ever done that to Camille or Ben or anybody? Khan, what's up? It has been a while. I believe both sides had good lawyers, but Amber's lawyers chose a bad client. I just don't think Elaine is all that good, though. And the intern-looking guy that would object to himself, and he's the guy that when the TMZ subpoena guy talked about the subpoena, and he looked freaked out because clearly he did the subpoena, and he looked like so panicked. I don't think he was actually very good at all. And some of Johnny's people, granted, some of like the younger ones did look like relatively new, in terms of like how long they've been serving in the force of lawyership. So I don't think they were all spectacular, but I think the Roddenborn, I think is I think he'll get work. I think people will want to hire him. Ben, Camille will be the hottest commodity of that group, even if he loses, because I think she did so good. So yeah. Let's see. I believe next month I will watch both Terror of the Prairie and Lightyear movies. Oh, nice. Oh, Terror of the Prairie, is that the Gina Carano one? That one looks good. And Lightyear, I just don't know. Hey, Jeff. I think they will discuss a bit longer. Tuesday will be the verdict. Agreed. Hi, just spotted this cast. How do you figure on Tuesday? I just subscribed. Well, thank you for subscribing. I don't understand your first question, though. BigZebra.com, which is a great name, by the way. Do you think Johnny will go back to Virginia for the verdict? No, so what I heard is that neither of them will be there. So when the verdict is given, they won't show up. And that does make sense because I don't know if you want to capture their reaction. Either way, like if he wins and she loses, she definitely doesn't want to be seen in that moment. You know what I mean? Or she doesn't want people to see her through cameras. Maybe he would in that situation, but also maybe out of a respect thing. Because what's he gonna? Is he gonna go like yes? Like what's he gonna do? So I get that. And then, vice versa, same thing. Is she going to have just the biggest, what's the word? Smark? Like a grin on her face? Like, what's she going to, I don't know why I can't speak, by the way. I can't speak English to begin with, but I definitely can't today. So I get it. I get why they wouldn't be there. Let me just quickly ask, quite a few people watching, leave a like if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. Just tap that button real fast. Does nothing for you, but it does do a little something for me. Just a little. And you could avoid the what if any statement she begins with. No, I would say what if any, just like for digs. Because I think what if any is very good. Oh, funny. Sorry, single mom here and keeping money together, but liking your videos and writing a comment. Hope that's okay too. Yes. The world is not a great place, so I understand the reluctancy to give money. Trust me. So leaving a like and subscribing and following on Twitter and easy stuff like that that's free. That means a lot. I'm a sucker for numbers, so I like to see my numbers rising. I'm a big analytic guy. So, yeah. I would let the lawyers attend the verdict for me. Yeah, and that's what they're doing. It looks like now, when they dismissed on Friday, I think we got a picture as to who's going to be. Like, when they dismissed the jurors on Friday, if you notice, I believe Amber's entire team was there. Everybody was on Amber's, except for Amber. But they were all there. For Johnny, it was only Ben, and it was one other, and I don't remember who. Was it the one that does the stuff to Johnny? I don't remember. The one with, like, the long, curly black hair that's normally buddy with Camille. I don't know. I don't remember, but maybe that's it. It's possible. Like, it could just be Ben and one other person for Johnny's side, and it could be Amber's entire entourage. I don't know. It will be a big FU to Amber if the first thing Johnny does with the winnings is give $3.5 million each to the ACLU and children. Yeah, but see, the ACLU screwed him over big time with the op-ed. So you have to wonder how great an organization it is, which the answer is it's not. And so do you donate to a corrupt organization like that? I don't know. Hit the like button. Yes, even you guys are doing it for me. Before the jury can come to a verdict, they have to attend a local blank club and get it on. I won't say that word. I'm sure they'll have fun this weekend because they just want to get the hell out. The guidelines given to the jury by the judge, especially those reg freedom of speech, the jury only needs to answer yes to one and award a win to Amber Heard. How on earth can they pass that? Well, I think it's a whole lot more simple. Like, yes, the legal talk and all that stuff is a lot more complex, but at the end of the day, it's do you believe her or do you believe... That's it. Do you believe her or do you believe him? Because you can work backwards and forwards from that verdict. If you believe her, then the op-ed, was it defamatory? No, because it's true statements. Done. If you believe him, then, well, did she write the op-ed? Yes. Is the op-ed lies? Yes, because we just said we believe him over her. So is the op-ed filled with lies? Yes. Did she know that she lied? Easy. Yes. Done. It really, like, yes, the legal stuff is more than that, but really, that's all they have to do. That's the only thing they really have to talk about. And I'm sure, I'm not saying they're simpletons, but, like, you go back there and you hammer that out and then you leave. And that's probably what they want to do. I assume. That's what I would want to do if I was in. And I haven't been there. Will they be allowed to order Uber Eats to deliberation room? I don't think so. I don't think so. There's a cafeteria somewhere there, right, that serves lunch, but it doesn't serve dinner. I assume JD hoped that even a negative verdict would allow him to get back into the movie business. Yeah, probably. I mean, like, the best worst case scenario is he loses, but society has rendered that he won, and Hollywood knows that he won. And if that happens, then it truly actually doesn't matter about the verdict. Of course, though, you'd like to get it all nailed, right? Where it's like you don't even have to worry about it, because of course you're still going to have the articles that'll say, well, he lost. So those 7 people clearly think he's a domestic abuser, but the rest of the world doesn't. But 7 is definitely more than millions, tens of millions. So we'll just give it to them. We'll give it to Amber's side. And it's like, you know what I mean? And And they will do that. They will, because these organizations are corrupt. They're evil. They're, you know what I mean? They stand for the Me Too stuff to keep pushing that narrative, the skewed narrative, not the actual narrative. So that's going to happen. So in a way, he does need to win. That's why it is worrisome, because he really does need to win, I think. He's won the public opinion, but I don't know what that's going to do for him, because we just don't know. I don't know what that's going to do for him. He needs to win the actual case. And then it goes down. But again, even when I start to freak out, because I get scared, I don't want him to lose. But I always tend to still think, okay, but that means all 7 need to go for Amber. Like, who on Twitter, on social media, that was in that courtroom, that took notes or watched the jury any amount of days, 1 day, 25 days, 6 days, who said all of them are on her side? There's not a single person who said that. So in order to get all of them on Amber's side, in order for her to win, you need all of them on Amber's side. So you need all 7. I mean, at best, you maybe have 2 to 3 that are on her side, and then 4 to 5. And that's at worst for him, and at best for her, is it's like a 4-3 split. So you have to convince 4 people, and they have to convince 3. And then at best, it's like 6v1, and it's easy. You say, hey, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know why you believe her, but I want to get out of this hellhole. We've been here for 6.5 weeks. Side with us, sign the thing, agree, and then we'll leave. And you don't ever have to think about either of these 2 losers ever again. And that's a great strategy if you're the head 4 person. It used to be a 4-min, but now it's now it's not. I heard Elaine was crying. I mean, I don't really blame the lawyers for just doing their job. I just blame the system because they're allowed to lie for the scummiest of people. Yeah, I heard that too. I didn't hear why she was crying, though. Was she crying because Amber... I don't say it. Is she crying because Amber was mean to her? There was another thing I was going to say that Amber could have done to her. But is she crying because Amber was mean to her? Or is she crying because she knows she lost? That's the thing. And nobody I've seen has reported that. Maybe you know it, though. If you know it, let me know. I thought one of the best parts of the TMZ guy breaking down the copyright thing and timing it takes to post the video. That was so... It was like the most subtle thing, right? Where it's like, okay, so there's only 2 ways this goes. If it's a direct source, so it's from Amber, or somebody in her circle, which means she gave it to them and she told them to give it to TMZ. If it's from a direct source, it takes 15 minutes. If it's not from a direct source, it takes several hours, and it's hard. And you have to go through a lot of stuff to try to catch the person or find the person that did the tip. Okay, how long did it take you to do the cabinet? 15 minutes. Done. You don't have to say anything. You just gave the 2 ways it goes and how and where the videos would come from in those 2 examples. That's it. You did it. You just said, because it took 15 minutes, that it was a direct source, so it was from her. That's it. Easy. They don't even dispute that. They just say the guy is out of the woodwork because he 15 minutes of fame. You know what I mean? Oh, as always, I'm really behind, so I'm going to try to rifle through, which never works. Kenneth, what's up, buddy? Regarding the case, see the video TMZ from the Umbrella guy admitting Amber leaked the video. I didn't. I saw the Umbrella guy did something a day or 2 ago that seemed like a big title, a big video, but I didn't watch it yet. The Umbrella guy is good, or that Umbrella guy. What she call him? The Umbrella Man? Yeah, that's funny. Not going to lie, I'm surprised you even remembered me. It's been months. How are you doing? How's Christy? Of course. I remember people that stick with me. I truly do. I recognize names. I'm doing good, buddy. How about you? Christy's doing good. They're visiting her grandparents, Christy and my daughter. Hi, Nicola. Yes, because of security reasons. I don't know what that was from. Smirk. Why couldn't I say the word? Did I say smirk? Verdict-wise, I've heard interesting takes that he may win 2 of the 3 points. I'd hate for him to lose any, but law-wise, I think the title of the op-ed may be hard for him to win the defamation. So, yeah. So I've seen that too, but I don't get what that means. So, like, does he literally, are they going to say, we side with the plaintiff on point 1, but not on point 2, but then also on point 3? And what does that even mean? But yeah, the title one seems tough. But the title one, I definitely think Like, legally, it's probably difficult, but I mean, again, the title is harsh. The title is not true. That's the big thing. The title about dealt with sexual. I don't remember what the title was, right? But the bad title that then they eventually changed the title. That title is very bad. It is defaming him. It's a lie. And she reposted it on her Twitter and wrote like a little blurb and linked it, retweet or quote tweeted it. Oh, no. She didn't quote tweet it. She tweeted herself and she linked the article to So legally, that probably is the hardest to prove. But I mean, using a common sense brain, again, that's what's wrong with the legal system. Just use your goddamn brain, and it's so easy to understand it. But depends on how they view it. Like I said, they could go back and not care about the evidence at all. So that's scary. I think what Big Zebra is trying to say is that regardless if JD wins or loses, he'll still be hopefully making a movie comeback. Yeah, I mean, that's what I hope. Like, I don't want to come across the wrong way. I hope that no matter what happens on Tuesday, he's back in a movie. I hope. I want that, nothing more. Because that kind of is the redemption. Because that means Hollywood believes him, which is the hardest group to convince, to believe anybody. I think Johnny will cry. Yeah, I think Johnny would cry. That's true. That's a good point. But again, he won't be there. You won't see it. But I think he'll cry. I don't even want to know what he would do if he loses. I've never been more interested in the trial than this. The last trial I was interested in was the one against Drake Bell that happened, I think, a year or two ago. Yeah, this is the only, again, I'm biased. Johnny Depp's my favorite actor. Pirates of the Caribbean is my favorite franchise. Pirates 3 is my favorite movie of all time. Non-Pirates, just in general. So I have a clear bias. I don't think I would do this for anything but this trial, just because of why would I? Why would I do that to myself? This has killed me. This is really not really. I mean, that's an exaggeration. I've loved it. I've loved meeting all you guys. All of you guys. Guys meaning, by the way, it's not gender specific. Like everybody. I never would have met any of you, or well, a lot of you, if I didn't cover this. So I'm always grateful for things like that. And obviously, not to hide from it. Like, yes, the YouTube, like the videos have done well and all that stuff. Like, I'm glad I did it, but I don't know. It's been hard to watch. I mean, I've been doing it for like 7-8 hours every day. I am tired of it. I'm definitely tired of it. I'm tired of Elaine. I'm tired of Amber. I'm tired of Roddenborn. Tired of all of it. So, mainly her side, not really Johnny's side. I could watch Johnny Depp's team talk about random stuff. You know what I mean? And Johnny, I could listen to Johnny Depp do interviews forever, just because I like how he talks. I want to know the jury's reaction to Amber saying that pledge and donate is synonymous. I know I didn't see anybody report on that. Like, were they giving her like a weird look? Nobody said anything. I know that would have been great. Friday was Lily Rose's birthday. Yes, happy birthday to Lily Rose Depp. It would have been nice, give him the win that day, but it didn't happen. I was astonished that the ACLU gave Amber Heard that advice. There was very little upside for that piece. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the ACLU should be taken down in a peaceful way. If Johnny wins the court case, what do you think will be the first movie he's in, aside from the French one he's doing? Yes, I saw that one. I do think Robert Downey Jr. will try to get him in a film. I believe Pirates 6 is possible. In terms of like the next one, that would be tough to predict, but those would be some. I think some like Robert Downey Jr. movie, maybe pick another close friend of his, pick a movie they're associated with and put him in that. I'd like to see him in Beetlejuice 2. There's obviously that rumor that Tim Burton would do that. I'd like that, so give him that. I mean, you can see him in 2 to 3. You can get him in 2 to 3 movies a year if you wanted to. Depends on how much interest people have in him, which I can't imagine you wouldn't have interest in him, because hasn't this proven that his fandom is like insane in a good way, and they will support him and they will buy movie tickets, which Disney and Warner Bros. Obviously don't care. Like Benju said, she stiffed dying children. Yeah, that was a great. Ben and Camille had some good lines. Read the jury instructions and verdict forms, then decide. Well, again, though, they don't have to follow. That's the thing. They do not have to follow those forms at all. They do not have to follow the forms. They do have to check some boxes or whatever. They do have to sign, the foreperson has to sign their name and date it. Like, you do have to do some stuff. But a lot of the specifics some of the stuff they were talking about, they could skip right over it. They don't have to do any of that. So that's important. It's up to them how they want to handle it. They could focus on like three big evidences, however you say it, evidences. They could focus on three like events, and that's it. They don't have to go through and say, what'd you think of Isaac? What'd you think of Ben King? What'd you think of Don Hughes? They don't have to go through they could literally pick and choose as they please. So, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be so formal. In fact, it won't be so formal. Hello, your favorite darkness. That's interesting. Isn't there only one kind of darkness? There are rumors Johnny is signed for Beetlejuice too. Yep. Yeah. You read my mind. Or I read your mind. One of the two. I hope Johnny doesn't go to France for a film directed by Roman Polanski. Why not? Oh, God. I'm so behind. And I was reading kind of quicker, too. Let's see. What do you think about the public for JD? What? And if you lose, we'll be concerned about the justice. So no justice doesn't make sense. I don't know what you're saying, but I think like I said, I think the public is definitely on his side. And again, the public is on his side. They've always had his back. They definitely have his back in larger numbers now. The issue that I've said is if he loses, you will have the Varieties, Entertainment Weeklies, New York Post, some feminist kind of sites. Not them. Like you'll have other feminist sites. They will write horrible things about him. He'll never... Now, some of them will write it anyway. But you're going to have a lot more that will write it if he loses. Because you can, in a way, right? Because it's like he lost. The jury decided he lost. So he is a wife blanker, right? Like all this kind of stuff. And that's scary. Because then we can defend him as much as we want. But, he's always going to have people saying those things or writing those things. I think if he wins, you just have the easy argument or ammunition against where it's like, why would you write an article like that? He won. The jury found, and then they can say, well, we didn't like the jury. Oh, okay. Well, noted. So you don't agree with the legal set. But, you can kind of like throw those jabs. It is kind of hypocritical because if he loses, you could say, I don't trust the jury system or I don't trust the court system. And then if he wins, you could tell people, oh, what's the problem? You don't trust the jury? So it's like you can use the same argument either, which is a little scummy, but I'm not opposed. I don't think the court systems in America are all that amazing, and I think they're heavily flawed. I do think they're better than a lot of the other court systems in the world. I think we're probably one of the best, if not the best, but there is still a lot of issues, huge issues. Even Elon Musk's tweeted in favor of both to be able to move on because they are, quote, incredible. Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know. Elon probably doesn't want to be dragged into any of it, to be honest with you. The Heard sisters need 30 years of prison time. Yeah. Please leave a like on the video if you haven't already. Yes, listen to Dark Nightmare. Leave a like on the video if you haven't already. Please. It's free. You don't have to super chat it. The Heard sisters are punished for the rest of their lifetime. No way they can recover. Yeah, that's the thing. If she loses, their punishment served. It was served. That's it. They get their stuff. Are perjury charges ever filed from testimony in a civil trial? I know it's possible, but by definition, a civil trial requires that people typically dispute the facts. Yes, it's not, like I said, it's not going to happen. Because you have to. So what I've heard from legal people, which I am not, is that you have to show like the truth to then show the lie. Like you have to prove they lied. You have to have a definitive truth. So that's hard. And then for them, and I've used this example before, Amber said a few days or when she was up there with Camille the second time, and she said, oh, I must have heard you wrong. Remember that line? That's all you need to say to get out of perjury in the U.S. You can say, I heard you wrong, I misspoke, something like that, and you're kind of safe. So it's stupid, but that's kind of the way out of it. Is it true that Johnny Depp's not going to be there for the verdict? Yes, that seems to be true from what I heard, that neither of them will be there. After the trial, Amber beat... No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Amber's going to be very mad at the lawyers, I'll tell you that. Johnny Depp is going to win. I can feel it. Hashtag lots of different stuff. I feel good. I feel good. And, I've been hashtagging justice for Johnny Depp for a long time. So, I feel good about it. JD should donate to TikTok because they poked a hole. Yeah, I mean, Johnny should do some. And, well, here's the thing. Like, he went on Instagram, right, last time for the Sun trial, after the Sun trial was done. So I wouldn't be surprised if he made some sort of public statement in one way or the other to thank people or whatever. He owes some people. He owes some people thanks because win or lose, I mean, the TikTok army was an army, and they were effective, and they were lights out. There's a lot of comedy going on TikTok around this case. That's you can poke things. You can shine a light at things through comedy, and it can be very effective. And TikTok has done a really. And by the way, I hate TikTok. I hate it. My wife has it. I don't even have TikTok. She'll send me TikTok. She'll show me them. It's for this trial, this community of TikTokers. They've done God's work, is what I've said. They've done a really good job. Luna, where are you going? My doggie's just walking around back there. What are you doing? Come here. She listens to commands pretty okay, though. A guy called James from court. Yes. Oh, he's the one who talked about the Elaine crying story. Ah, yes, I do know who that is. He was on Nick Ricada's stream a few times. The title is the one I believe is the only one where they will win on. You think the title is the only one they'll win on? They'll lose on the other ones? I don't think so. We'll see, though. Hello, Hassan. Hassan? How do you say your name? I'm sorry, but hi there. Hello there. If JD wins, he should give up drugs and alcohol for life and never be put in this situation ever again. Yeah. Well, he's getting older, too, and eventually it's going to start really impacting the health, so he probably should. I think he has slowed down, judging by how he looks and how he kind of acts, and the fact that you probably don't want him on any kind of drugs or alcohol during the trial, so he's probably done a really good job the last, year or two. So, that's good. I hope he has done that, because that's a good step. Easy win for Amber. I don't think it's easy. Not when you shoot yourself in the foot as many times. She doesn't even have a foot. She shot herself so many times. The Umbrella Man shared a clip of TMZ from 2016 today on Twitter. They straight up said Amber leaked it and were breaking down how the video helps her claims. Oh my God. Well, that's over. Again, that's all you need. I'm not going to lie. I saw the one medical record where they try to say it was her and it was a signed document by a doctor, but it said well-nourished male, so that was a little sketch. Yeah, there's been a lot of sketchy. Remember, she literally posted the same picture of the wine on the ground, and she said it was from two different events, one in December, one in May. And it's like, oh, my God, Amber. Oh, Amber. Yeah, I don't blame people for not following the trial, to be honest. I don't blame anybody. So from what I've heard, she was crying because she knows what the public truly thinks of her. Also, there was a time Amber said she wanted new lawyers, and Elaine said, you can represent yourself. Yeah, I've heard that second part. Look, I wish Elaine no ill will. I don't want anything bad to happen to her in terms of, like threats or, attacks on her life. And that stuff is a joke, right? She's doing, I think, factually, she's not a very good lawyer. She seemed, out of a lot of them, one of the most in over their head. I'm trying to make that plural. You know what I mean? People that are in over their head. And just she probably doesn't handle trials like this very often or ever. And so I just don't think the talent necessarily is there. That's it. And she's very funny in a bad way. But, she's very funny. But I don't, that's sad. Her crying because she knows people, how they think of her. That sucks. But, well, again, I don't know. When Amber hires her, do they know that she's a liar? Do they themselves believe the evidence? I don't know how they think. I still don't know how Amber fully thinks, right? Does she believe it herself? Does she believe the stuff she said? Or does she know that she's lying? I think there's a part of her that knows, personally. But it does. But that could very well be wrong. We don't know. We really don't know. Easy win. Haha, what a joke. Will Johnny be there Tuesday? No. Neither of them will be there Tuesday. Win or lose, Amber will only be in movies that only nasty people would watch. Yeah, that's the thing. Like any future things that Amber is in, you know exactly the kind of people that produced it, directed it, signed off on her being in it. You know who those people are. Literally in their core, what kind of people they are. So that'll be very easy to judge people after this. We'll go for quite a while longer, but firstly, just because of so many of you, thank you for being here. Make sure you like the video. Just a quick advertisement break. Make sure you like the video, all that good stuff. If you want to follow me on Twitter, subscribe to my second channel. The links are in the description. Of course, super chatting we have on. You can join Patreon or YouTube memberships. We do that. Throw a couple bucks every month. You get exclusive videos. Just thought I would promote some stuff. Support however you want to support. If that's following on Twitter or liking the video, that's fine. If it's giving some money, that's fine as well. Like I said, I truly appreciate all of you. You guys freaking rock. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Let me just quickly say, God, I hope he wins. I don't know. I just wanted to throw that in there. Tuesday is going to be so stressful. Can I be real? I'm going to wake up and, I feel good right now, and I'm going to feel good tomorrow, and I'm probably going to feel good Monday. And then Tuesday, we're going to wake up, and I wake up at their time. Well, wait, so they start at 9. Oh, shoot. So they start at 9. 9 is 7 for me. 7 a.m. for me is 9. So I wake up at 9:37, almost on the dot. 9:37 their time. So I don't think they're going to hammer it out in 40 minutes, but I'm going to wake up and be like, holy Jesus, within the next 2, 3, 4 hours, we may get a verdict, and that'll be something. I'll be here. I'm going to wake up, get my daughter breakfast, get a drink of water, sit here, maybe do 1 or 2 other videos, keep a live stream on of probably Nick Rekieta if he's live streaming, and just sit there and wait. And then record my face. Like I said, I want to get my facial reaction to it. Oh my, there's so many comments. You guys are too much, truly. For me, Johnny is a winner already. Agreed. You would be a cool pirate. Thank you. I should audition for Pirate 6. I have a hat. Noah, former juror, said it's not a lock. People think crazy stuff for Johnny. I don't know what that means. Everybody supports a victim of domestic violence and a battered wife. Yeah. Well, Johnny is a victim. I think Johnny is a victim of domestic violence. So I support him. Here in Texas, we say y'all mean everything. In California, when I lived there, we said guys meaning everyone. Oh, y'all versus guys. Yeah, I say guys. I'm originally from Niagara Falls. So the source I've heard that from was Popcorn Plant. Yeah, I've known who he was. He. There were some people that because of this trial, they took off to the stratosphere. You know what I mean? Emily Baker, Popcorn Planet, DUI guy, Runkle. There's some people that had nothing. Let's be real. They were nothing in terms of the internet crowd they had, and they just took it to the next stratosphere, which good for them. Good for them. Popcorn Planet was a little bit bigger, but Amber will be getting roles in SJW woke movies with a target audience of 100 people. She sure will. Do you think in the future someone in Hollywood would make a movie on this? Amber Freeman. That's great. Great name. Great picture. I don't know. There could be a Netflix documentary on it, but watching you from Morocco with my 8-year-old daughter, Yasmin. Well, hello. Thank you for being here, both of you. I'm pretty boring for I have an 8-year-old daughter. She listens to me when I'm recording, but I don't really think I'm all that engaging for the younger. I know people that are like 13, 14, 15 that watch. I think I'm a little bit more engaging for them. We can enjoy Amber in horror movies. Let's don't be so picky. Yeah, it's possible. He should make a movie called The Umbrella Guy. He should. No, it should be. Well, it should be The Umbrella Man. To just make it as wrong as you can make it, purposefully. Johnny will have a huge comeback. God, I hope so. In case they make a movie, I'd like to be the manager of the trailers. As Amber says, I came out of the woodwork. Yeah. That'd be funny. I'd love to work on it in some capacity. I would definitely promote it, that's for sure. If Robert Downey Jr. got Johnny into a Marvel film, ooh, yeah, which superhero do you think he'll play? I think he'd be a good villain, to be honest with you. I don't know what villain, but I just think he would be a villain. I was thinking of that. I don't know. Could you get him? Well, you would. If you're him, you would never be in a DC film, right? Because of Aquaman and Warner Bros. A Fantastic Beast. You would never do it. Marvel, is that more likely? Probably. Would he want to do that? I don't know. I mean, he comes across as a movie villain sometimes in his in his movies, so I think he could do it. Basically, congratulations, Johnny. Yes, rumors are Robert is trying to get Johnny into Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, I've seen that. I hope. I like. Did I watch the second one? No, I definitely did. They're okay. I don't love his Sherlock Holmes movies, but they're fine. And I would probably see a third one regardless because I do like Robert Downey Jr. And if Johnny was in it, for sure, I would see it. He should be an alternate universe Iron Man instead of Tom Cruise. That'd be fine. Amber lost it with all her proven lies. Yeah, Amber did it to herself. It's much more believable if you just tone down the stories back to like the 1 to 3 level that they are in instead of like a 15 out of 10 scale. Like she amps it up to like a 15. It's a little bit more believable to not do that. But it's about a wife who claimed to be abused. Will Johnny be there Tuesday? No. This upcoming Tuesday, I hope Johnny Depp wins to end this situation forever. Trust me, I want nothing more for the situation to end forever. Yeah, it looks like, yes, people are in for sure. I think Sherlock Holmes 3 makes sense. Beetlejuice 2 makes a lot of sense. I don't think by the way, there should not be a Beetlejuice 2. You're asking for it. But if you're going to do it, why not bring him in? I do think he'll be in movies again. Hi, just found your channel. I feel bad for Amber's lawyer. She fed them so much BS at the closing. Elaine, diarrhea of the mouth. Oh, my God. Well, thank you for finding me, or thank you, YouTube, for showing you me. Yeah. No, I feel bad. I think Roddenborn is a talented lawyer, and I think he's fine. He's kind of scummy, but I mean, he's, I would not be opposed to having him on your side because he's going to do a relatively good job. If he was on Johnny's side, it's like, yes, that would be quite good, but Elaine, I just don't think has the talent. And also it doesn't help that they're representing Amber, who needs yes people in her life, right? She needs people that will just tell her, yes, Amber, we believe you, Amber. She craves those people, and she'll get rid of people who don't think like that, as we know. And she changes her stories. I think she dictates what they did in the trial in terms of, the strategy. She's her own worst enemy. Neither Johnny nor Amber will be in court for the verdict. Yes. There's a rumor that Jason Statham and Zac Efron is going to be in the MCU. Oh, I like Jason Statham quite a lot. Disney should let Jack Sparrow die and then another network spin off and do the Ghost of Jack Sparrow. Yeah, do like some sort of weird switch to get him off. Amber Heard destroyed her own career. Agreed. The U.S. court system is blank. Yeah, it's not great. Who's this? Well, let me get rid of this person. Hold on. Oh, I just removed one. Hold on. I don't have any. Well, I shouldn't out myself. I don't have any moderators. It's just me. So if I'm behind and stuff, man, things can really get out of hand. That's not an invitation, by the way, for anybody to go nuts. But I am just being honest with the kind folks at home that you guys are. Yeah, I saw this, so I guess I gotta watch this. I've got to watch this TMZ admitting thing. Oh, if you hear a loud noise, it's my dryer. Just in case. You never know. The Chip and Dale movie. Is that the one with Sonic in it? See, that's the only way I know it. Sherlock Holmes. Why Johnny Depp's team did not have brought a makeup artist as a witness against her witness. What are you going to... what are you going to do? There's not much you can do, to be honest with that. You just don't believe her. Alex, have you heard that there's a Winnie the Pooh horror movie? I saw the pictures, and I'm honestly all for it, and I don't get the people that are against it, because why not? It looks like something. It probably will be garbage, but how can you resist watching something like that? Changing your story every 2 days is lying. It is. It should be perjury, too. Interesting, 6 years. Yeah, to the day. So, there's, what day is it? I think they also missed that 5 years yesterday was the release of Pirates 5 for a fun little historical thing there. 15 years this past Wednesday was Pirates 3. And then, of course, Friday was the restraining order and Lily Rose's birthday. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't think he's going to get $50 million. I think it's actually going to be nuts if he does. He deserves it. He deserves $50 million. He won't get it, and that is a problem with the court system, but it is what it is. Maybe most people were passing on taking Amber's case, but then Elaine took it naively. Also, I think Elaine is running her father's firm. She probably inherited, or nepotism maybe. Yeah, I think it's a mix of some people probably didn't want to represent her, and I also think it was a mix of she was looking for people that would just do what she said. Truly do what she said. And Elaine fit that bill. Wouldn't it be interesting if the verdict isn't on Tuesday? It would be interesting, but it would scare me. Like I said, if it goes past Tuesday, I really would start to be worried. That honest impression. If it goes into Wednesday morning, sitting here, I would be worried. Because it's like, what are you doing in there? Are you debating how much money to give him for a full day? Or are you really conflicted on who you believe? That's the thing. And that's scary. That's real scary. But then it almost becomes maybe it's a hung jury. Because if it goes to Wednesday, goes to Thursday, obviously they're also not fully on Amber's side. Otherwise, it would have also been done. That's the thing, too. It would also have been finished. So if it keeps going, then it's like there's a major disagreement. They don't have everybody on board, and they can't get everybody on board, in case the judge would have to call it. And that would be very interesting. Did I skip stuff? God damn it. Maybe I did, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Talking about stress, I was following the UK case. I remember waking up early for work and seeing he lost, and it shattered my day because I couldn't believe it. Yeah, I remember seeing he lost. I wasn't into it as much, and I wasn't keeping up with it. I learned about it later, but I wasn't into it as much. So this time, my heart will sink. My heart will sink. It will. Like it'll be like where I can't speak because I'm like so shook from it. It really will feel like that. And you know, that's a turnoff for some people. It's even a turnoff, I think, for some of my community that was here before the Johnny Depp stuff. It's like, why would you be so shaken for these two Hollywood elites? And, you know, that goes back to what I said in the live stream a few days ago, where it's like, he is a Hollywood elite. I normally hate these kind of people because they think they know better than us. They think they can speak for us. But I don't get that from him. I don't. And that could be biasness. It could be because of the trial, whatever. I don't think he's like a lot of Hollywood. A lot of Hollywood, I don't think he's like it. So, yeah. So I will be affected emotionally if he wins or loses, which that's just what it is. Elaine believed her. I think she realized far into the process that she is working with a liar. Yeah, that's possible. Yes, I have a kid. Hollywood forgives drug use, alcohol, but no abuse. Yes. Does Hollywood forgive a woman for being an abuser? No. Not, and especially one that won't admit to it. That's what I think. In the UK, the trial times have been perfect, 2 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Oh, man. I almost would have preferred that because later in the day lets me do stuff during the day. Legal Bites. What about Legal Bites? I know who Legal Bites is. She seems nice. Where were the police reports of the threats against her life? Yeah, that would have been nice to see, wouldn't it? UK said they will charge her for perjury. They should. I can't believe it'll be a horror movie about Winnie the Pooh. Me neither, but why not? Yeah, again, the op-ed stuff. Again, I don't think her admitting to the op-ed is the biggest thing in the world. It would have been big in the beginning of the trial. It's not so big now because they've kind of conceded that, yes, Amber did write it. You know what I mean? Can't hear. What? Hopefully you guys can hear me, right? My mic is on. The audio is pretty okay. You let me know, though. I don't understand the Winnie the Pooh thing. It's not copywritten anymore. It's now public domain, so anybody can do it. All the talk about how much Amber lost in income, nobody mentioned how much money Johnny lost because of Amber. Well, they did, but Amber's like, well, he did it to themselves. He did it to himself, and also there is no such thing as Pirate 6. Oh, but let me tell you about the 30 movies Amber would have been in that would have resulted in $100 million lost. Those movies exist. But Pirate 6, no, I've never heard of it. It's like, you people are such jokes. Nobody buys that. I'm not gonna read that. the stuff that's a little too extreme about the Amber stuff, I can't read. Just I don't want to get struck by YouTube or anything crazy. Let's see. I heard Johnny Depp would be in Beetlejuice too. I hope so. Yes. I believe since the trial is what news reports are calling this a Me Too profile case, I believe if Johnny wins, this will set up a huge precedent for all the men who got abused to come out. Yeah, it's a big deal for other men. So that's something interesting too. Copyright about Winnie the Pooh. We should do a Winnie the Pooh watch party if you guys are so interested in it. The similarities between Amber Heard and Gone Girl, yeah, it's shocking, or it's scary. If Ron Bourne was on Johnny's side, he'd be loved. That's true. I believe that. Which is why I don't want to be too harsh on Ron Bourne, because I do think that exact statement. If Ron Bourne is one of Johnny's attorneys, I think we all look to him as like he's savage. Like I think we look to him in a positive way. He comes across as a villain because of the side he's on, which, I think in the beginning when Elaine was hired, she may have believed Amber's lies, as most of Hollywood did, and like a person would have to be psychotic to create such stories. Yeah, I believe that. Curry did nail it. Becky, what's up? Okay, so yeah, let's talk about that. So, you know what? I have almost 400 people watching. It really should be your choice, shouldn't it? I'm a man of the people. What do you guys want from me? And I don't mean that like, what do you want? I mean like, so for Tuesday or for the verdict, I want my face to be, my expression to be known when he wins or loses. So I could do a live. So if they come to a verdict, again, we'll have like an hour plus window to get ready for it. If you want me to go live, I could go live. If you just want me to do a video immediately, but then it'd be like 30, 40 minutes, right? Because I have to make a video real fast, render it in the software, upload it. You guys let me know. You guys are the ones that support me the most. You let me know. I'm coming around to the idea that maybe I should be live, when it's happening, so we can see what it's like. But also, if he loses, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't have anger management. I don't think I do. At least I've never been diagnosed. That doesn't mean I don't have it. But I don't know. I can't flip my desk. It's impossible. Too much stuff. I'm not gonna touch my computer. I have to stay within the range of the mic and the camera. So what can I flip out? There's a Kingdom Hearts poster here. I can tear it to shreds. I don't want to do that though. I don't know. I'm just kind of afraid of what I'll say or do if he loses, to be honest with you. But I do also want to do a video. Like, I want to do a video directly after it as well. So if we are live for it, it'll be a quick live stream because I want to do a video so to make my mark. Videos tend to do better for me than live streams as well. So from a business perspective, I think a video makes sense to do. But you guys, you should be the judges. I can be the final verdict. I can be the jury in this case. But you guys should be the one to suggest. I can be a mod, LOL. No, and so honestly, Slytherin forever, and it's not a slight against you whatsoever. Some of the people in this chat are some of the nicest, I think, understanding people I've ever seen. So some of you, I think, would make phenomenal moderators. So it's not a slight against any of you. It's simply that we just don't do mods. It's kind of just like I've never really felt it was necessary. I've always liked to kind of have complete control, kind of like a dictator without being one, because I'm not. But no, that's my opinion on mods. Mods are amazing. I should have mods. I think I'm big enough where I definitely need mods. But I don't have any, and I should have them. So yes. So I typed in Justice for Johnny on the Disney Facebook post and basically asked kindly if Disney would give him an apology and then got instantly deleted. Pathetic. Those people. Over time, Elaine had to, because they could be filled with Amber people, you don't know. Over time, Elaine had to discover Amber is psycho and maybe felt trapped in defending her. Probably. I'd rather be in the American court system than any other court in this country. I agree. Elaine Breda Hoft crying in the bathroom. If Amber loses, the lawyers still get paid. She worried about a terrible. It's possible. So here's the thing. It's possible they didn't get paid. It's possible it was almost like a back end on movies where like they take the deal, not a lot of money, but then they get paid afterwards, or they're doing it for what's the word? People to see them. It could be that. Like, it doesn't have to be they. But yet again, she said she spent $6 million on legal fees, which you would assume some of those are for the lawyers. So I think they're good. I think they got paid, to be honest with you. Do you think Johnny will win? Yes. Hi, I'm new here. Well, welcome. I don't know I don't really know. I can't give you a tour of the channel, but no. Thank you for being here. All of you. Truly, every one of you. I really need another. I'm going to probably get another monitor for my birthday. Because I want to have the chat like in one spot. Because I'm not really looking at the camera. See, the camera is up. It's at the top of my monitor. It's clipped. So it feels weird. Because I'm looking down at the chat, and then the camera's higher. It's a YouTube issue. Or it's a YouTuber issue, I should say. Let's see. Once Amber loses, we should embrace Elaine. She had a liar as a client. Maybe we should. She is an elite. I think the case is much more than just two Hollywood elites. Me too. I shared your link on Facebook and Twitter. Oh, God. Oh, God, it's gone. Also, I want to be a mod. Yeah, well, thank you. He's humble. My question is, why hasn't anyone else come out and accused Johnny Depp? Great question. Great question, because it's not real. Defamation is extremely hard to win. Be prepared for a loss, even when the facts are on your side. It's almost impossible to prove a negative. I get it, but I understand. But again, I think it really comes down to, do you like her? Do you believe her? And if it was more on that, if it's a more of a legal argument, I think it's much harder for him to prove. If it's not, which I don't think it is, I think it's easier to prove. Let's see. Ask Robert Downey Jr. about forgiveness. Yeah, it takes a while. What do you think is going to be the verdict? I think he's going to win. Is the jury has been isolated this whole time? I think they're allowed to come and go. They're not like locked up. The makeup artist seemed to be a decent person, and this is the one testimony that is believable on Amber's side. What do you think? Well, she is believable, but she changed her story. If you know the history of her, she's changed her story, so she's a liar. So she is the most believable, but she also is in her pocket. In 2 years from now, Steamboat Willie's copyright expires. Oh my God, that could be a horror movie too. So yeah, I think Johnny's gonna win, guys. I do. You'd like to see that? Oh God, so I'm so behind. I didn't see what you guys were asking. Oh, that too. Maybe they were tricked. Go live. We'll do it live. I want you to go live. All right, go live. Live. Video / live stream announcing live. Mega pints all around. Trying to catch up. Who ordered the pizza? Not me. Amber pledged to. She should have pledged to pay the lawyers personally. All right. Well, I guess I'll do it then. So we'll probably go live. So the plan should be. When they announce the verdict, or when they announce that they're going to give the verdict, I will, go live. Probably I'll go live then, and then we can have like an hour to talk about it, and then we'll watch it. I'll probably watch. Hold on, my wife's messaging me real fast. I think that makes sense. So if they announce at 11:22 that the verdict is going to be given at 1, maybe I'll try to go live like immediately, and then we'll talk for an hour and a half, and then the verdict will be given, and you'll see my reaction, and then we'll probably end the live stream, and I'll do a video. That sounds good. We'll do that. All right, so keep an eye on the channel. It may or may not give a notification. YouTube's real dumb. I've seen the video of Elaine asking for a signature from Johnny. I still don't think that's her, but it's a real. It could be her. Yeah, I'll flip out if he loses. I do agree. Again, I agree. He's vindicated in the public, but I just don't know if that's enough for his career and his reputation. Fans are the most important in a lot of ways, but I just don't know. I really don't know. Because, again, they won't stop the articles. And if he wins, I think it would stop the majority of the articles. So, yeah. She's using insurance. I remember there was a rumor that she wasn't actually paying for them from her own money. So, she's not believable. You're young still. I know no, I don't know who you're talking about. If I had hair like yours, I'd shave it off, embrace bald. Well, no, I'm actually doing something a little different with my hair, which you'll see as time goes on. I won't spoil the surprise. Amber would be a good fit in a horror movie. Problem is she can't act. If they were basing it on just liking or who was more believable, they'd have come back on Friday afternoon. I don't think so. I don't agree with that. I think, it's possible, but I don't think so. Heard from someone he has some upcoming movies. Yeah, there's 2 or 3 movies he has upcoming. Elon Musk is paying for Amber's attorneys. Wouldn't doubt it. Also, jury doesn't have everything we do. I get it. All right. I think we're good, and we've gone on for a little while. So, again, here's the plan. Tuesday, if the verdict comes, I'll go live. We'll talk about it, and then we'll see the verdict together, and that's it. And then I'll do a video right afterwards. So that should be the plan. And then in terms of everything else, well, there's obviously videos every single day. So I'm not going to do a recap. Like I said, the verdict will go live, and we'll be live, and then I'll do a video talking about the verdict, and that'll probably be it. So I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for being here, for liking the video. Again, quick advertisement. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to my second channel. The links are in the description. They're just one click away. We have Patreon. We have YouTube memberships if you guys want to support us. Lowest tier is $2. $2 a month. You get exclusive stuff back at you for doing that. You don't have to, obviously. Watching is good enough. But no, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You guys rock. And this has been awesome. This has been an insane journey that I don't want to end, in the sense that I don't want to, this to end. But I do want the trial to end. So it's a tough middle ground, but you guys mean a lot to me. So thank you for the constant support in the videos, live streams, super chats, following me everywhere. You guys rock. Thank you. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy Memorial Day. And I have a feeling we'll see each other Tuesday. I can't imagine it goes to Wednesday. So hopefully I'll see you all on Tuesday in the afternoon. See you there, guys.